We've got Dinesh Kumar Batra, who is the Chairman Managing Director at BEL, now joining us on the show. Thank you so much for taking time out. I'm going to just start off from a sector view, given that, the company stands to play a very important role in India's defense theme, given the indigenization capabilities, the strong execution capabilities. So what is the addressable market for BEL now due to the various ban lists that have come out by the government, and what kind of revenue and order visibility do you see on the back of this?
Yeah, good morning. In fact, I won't say it's the ban list. This is a positive indigenization list. Means whatever is available in the country, it should be bought from the country. So government has come out with the 3 positive indigenization list, where the spectrum of equipment and systems what BEL manufactures or in the process of developing those, the total visibility is around 1.95 lakh crores. But taking just a 50% of that, around 60 to 70,000 crores is the visibility which BEL will be able to garner in next 3 to 4 years. And as what we say that minimum 20,000 crores of orders we will be booking in next 3 to 4 years every year. Even this year we have a very good estimate that 20,000 crores worth of orders will be coming in. So this positive indigenization is very beneficial to BEL, as we have very strong R&D setups in BEL and continuously indigenizing those systems or the forthcoming requirements of the customers. We are in the process to develop those, or we have developed.
Batra, could you highlight and detail a little bit as to what are the orders which are in the pipeline?
Yeah, this year, if you say, when I say 20,000 crores around, so we have EW suits, which may be for Su-30. We have a Akash. There is a WLR, that is weapon locating radars, some the communication equipments, and in the arms and ammunition. There are the radar segments where the medium power radars. So this all will be constituted. Then there is a good inflow is coming from the Navy, where the new generation OPVs, corvettes, where our many equipments like communication equipments, EW suits, fire control systems, sonars. So these all are giving very good visibility, and the confirmed visibility, which makes us sure that we will be able to book minimum 20,000 crores worth of order this year.
Also know a little bit about your export order book, because as I understand it, it currently stands at about $272 million. What's the scope of growing this, and what are again what's the order pipeline looking like?
Yeah, you rightly said, at present our order book from exports is around $270 million USD, and this year we are planning to execute 60 million. And also, we are in the process of finalizing contracts around 150 million USD.
You were growing at about 12-15% in the pre-COVID era also. Post-COVID, the government of India has emphasized on indigenization and increasing defense purchases from domestic manufacturers. Now that's a big change in terms of the business. So if you were growing before this reboot and before the Atmanirbhar push by the government at 15%, can I say that now both on the growth front and also on the business front, there is going to be a significant uptick for next 2, 3, 4 years because the landscape has changed?
Actually, BEL was always delivering equipments and the systems based on the indigenous developed technologies. And of course, we have the TOTs with the other OEMs also, but our major part, like around 70 to 80%, was coming from the indigenous technology-based equipment and systems. So we can say that even before the push of Atmanirbhar has come, BEL was contributing on this line from very long. Now the growth which comes, in fact, we are growing at the CAGR of 11 to 12%. Though this last two pandemic years, also, though we clocked over the highest parameters and revenues and profits, but the growth was around 9 to 10%. Now, we are saying that this year or years to come for next 4-5 years, we'll be growing minimum at a 15%. But if you see, BL's market share in the defense production in the country is typically around 13 to 14%. To keep this market share with the growing requirements of the defense forces, we are required to grow at the 15 to 20%. So that's why I say we have a plans on anvil to grow between 15 to 20%. But 15% growth, I'm pretty sure that we'll be doing, though our efforts are achieving more growth around 20% in the years to come. And we have sufficient order book for that, and also the new orders in pipeline. And when we say that order book, it doesn't mean that the complete orders can be delivered in a particular year. These are staggered deliveries depending on the availability of the platforms, because we are generally equipment and sensor manufacturer. These equipments are going to be installed either on ship, on the aircrafts, or particular fields where when those facilities, other facilities will be available. So these put certain limitation on us to grow, and 15 to 20% growth, I feel, is pretty good.
The new order which are coming from the recent push of indigenization, are they coming at margins which are historically higher than historical margins? Are the lead times also different here? Because if you are executing a short duration, higher margin cycle, then obviously the delta impact of that or the impact of that on your balance sheet would be substantial.
See, as you know, that BL is having a very diverse product range, and we work through our 24 strategic business units, each one involved in a separate product line or product segments. As we work in the radars, EW, night visions, missile systems, arms and ammunition, communication, etc., etc. Of course, these are on the defense side. And the non-defense side, we do EVM, VVPATs, the e-mobility and civil aviation, rail and metro segments, smart cities. Some of these are already quite developed and some are under development, and years to come, they will be contributing. So to say that particular margin will be operating in, no. These are our strategies, how to get the orders and all. However, I'm pretty sure, and we have done it over the previous 4-5 years, that give overall EBITDA margin of 21 to 23% EBITDA margin. And this year also, I'm quite sure and very hopeful that we'll be doing around 23% of EBITDA margin. So whether the new indigenization push will be bringing the margin down in some particular segment and other one, overall our margins will remain around that. And years to come, when our many things which are being imported and indigenous fab, etc., in the 4 to 5 years will be available, all these things will be bringing our cost down. And I assess that our EBITDA margin should get settled around somewhere 24-25%.
Controls come into place, 24-25% margins. Now
That's not immediately.
Yeah,
that
sure.
will be happening in next 3 to 4 years.
No point taken, of course. Now, you're also diversifying away from the defense business. You spoke of e-mobility, civil aviation, metro, rail. So how much is that segment going to contribute, and how is that performing as of now?
Yeah, we have got quite a success in developing those systems which were being imported, say in the rail and metro segment or in the civil aviation segment. E-mobility, of course, it's offering us very big market, and we are will be in the field of the lithium-ion battery packs and, of course, hydrogen fuel cell-based driven vehicles, etc. But it was very difficult to tell that how much business they will be contributing. Scope is immense. And but I feel that in our overall turnover, these non-defense business will be contributing around 15 to 20% on sustainable basis.
Fair enough. Thank you for walking us through the outlook on your business, what the indigenization move means for the sector as well as for the company in specific. BEL and that stock continues to remain in the limelight.